Hello my dear friends, welcome to Sparkle with Jyoti. Today's topic is going to be on motherhood topic, yes, and if you're interested, to know the facts about maternal care in Sweden, then please keep on watching. So, any of you who are planning to have a baby here, future planning or is pregnant right now, you should definitely watch this video, okay? And especially for the people who are coming from other countries like India, Asia, and other countries, it will be interesting for you to know the facts about maternal care in Sweden and how does it work. So the first fact what I want to mention is there are no doctors here, and your entire delivery period is taken care of by a midwife. Yes, the midwife system is very popular here, and that is how the system works here. So basically, from the time you know that you're pregnant and when you go to visit your Vardcentral, that is what it is called here, Vardcentral, that is a clinic which basically is associated to your person number, that means social security number in other words. And as soon as you know that you're pregnant, you should go and register there and make sure that you inform them that you're pregnant, and then they give you an appointment. And for the appointment, when you go, you don't meet a doctor but you meet a midwife. The midwives, there is a special kind of education here for midwives, and they are the ones who are going to be checking you throughout your pregnancy for the 9 months, and even at the end, till the end, the midwife will be there with you. And when you go in the hospital, when you go in the hospital to deliver your baby, there will be another midwife there for delivery. So basically, it's very rare that you get to see a doctor, because the midwives are already trained and they are equipped with all the knowledge and all the information. So they are going to be there with you even for your scans, even for your any kind of emergency or any kind of questions, queries. If you have doubts, midwives are the answer to all your questions. The second fact what I want to mention is your husband is allowed in the delivery room with you in Sweden. Yes, because actually I belong to India, and this is a very rare kind of thing with us, because I had heard my friends and other people delivering, and your husband is not supposed to be in the same room with you while you're delivering a baby. But here the system is different, so your husband is allowed, rather encouraged, to be with you in the same room while you're delivering, for moral support, for encouragement. And since he's the father of the baby, he's expected to be in the room and help you out, okay? So this is another fact, so you can be prepared with this fact. The third fact what I would like to mention is you do not get admission into the hospital before your real delivery time. Yes, this concept was really new for me, and actually I was it was good that I knew it before. That's the reason I was prepared. So it is better for all the moms out there to know that they have a certain kind of calculation for your contractions, and that's the reason only when they know that is the actual time, then only they admit you. So basically the calculation is, I think, around you should get contractions of which will last around 1 minute, and you should get it thrice within 10 minutes. So only when they feel that this is the right calculation, and then only they admit you in the hospital. Because I will share my experience. I was sent back twice. I went to the hospital twice, and I was sent back home because they said this is not the right time. You are there is still time, you need to wait, and that's the reason I was sent back. And my contractions were very irregular, so it was like around if I get a contraction which will last for a minute, and then after 15 minutes I used to get another one, and then sometimes it would be half an hour, sometimes it was like 10 minutes. So when you have these kind of irregular contractions, that's the reason they tell you to take rest at home and be at home with your family members. And only when it is like you get back-to-back contractions and you're not even able to stand, that's the time when they admit you. Yes, so it is really better to be prepared mentally, because otherwise you'll be disappointed and discouraged that you're going and coming back. But it is always that's the reason I wanted to mention this point, because you need to be ready mentally. And I think moms, especially in Sweden, have to be really mentally strong, because they don't encourage C-section here. They promote natural, normal delivery, and that's the reason I think normal delivery is all the game of mindset. So what from my experience, since I had normal delivery, a natural childbirth, I was mentally strong, and I had decided that I am going to deliver normally. So I'm going to be very strong, and I'm not going to cry or make noise or shout, because there's no point in wasting your energy. Your energy is really, really important, because I was almost for 3 days in labor, and I had to be mentally strong and be very focused, with the fixed goal that I have to deliver this baby, and I should not be distracted by any other thing, even the pain. I was very focused in bearing it. That's the reason I was, I didn't cry or didn't shout, and I was very, very, very focused in my goal. Okay, so that helped me, and breathing helped me. Breathing was my do-go thing. I mean, I was completely focused on breathing, breathe in, breathe out, deep breathing, that really helps a lot. So my biggest tip for the moms who want to have a natural childbirth, to please practice breathing, and I think that is the only thing what is going to help you in normal delivery. Okay, so best of luck. Another fact in in delivery in Sweden is that you have to be on a controlled diet, because they don't allow you to cross a certain weight limit, because they believe that if you tend to put on weight more than what is actually in their mark, and then the baby also will gain weight, and then it will be difficult for them to deliver the baby both ways, like either natural birth or C-section. They don't want I think the limit is around 3 kg, 3.15 up to 3.5 kg. So that is the reason they really monitor your diet. And as per my example, I had put on a little bit more weight in my pregnancy, and that's the reason when I crossed my 7th month mark, I had high sugar. I was detected with high sugar, and that was a time when they put me on a strict diet. Yes, I mean, I was blown away that that these people are giving me diet when I'm pregnant with the baby. Because I can't tell you, I was eating that time during my 7th month. I was eating less than what I was eating normally. So I was really surprised, but that helped actually. That just I think it stopped my weight gain into that level. I was around 85 kg, and it just I was able to maintain it for another couple of months till the time I delivered. And then as soon as I delivered, my sugar was gone, and I was back to a normal person. I mean, I didn't have any high sugar or any diabetes or anything as such. As soon as I delivered, the sugar just went away, and I was fine. So I think it is very important to believe in the system, because if you have decided to deliver your child here, then it is very important to believe in the system and to think positive, and take everything positively, because the system is different, the culture is different, their entire childbirth system is different. If it is different for you, if it is known to you, it's fine, but if it's different, it is very important to believe in the system and just trust the system and go with the flow, because they are the ones who are going to take care of you and your baby. And from my experience, I can say that it was really the best experience. It was different, no doubt, but then it was really good, and I had not faced any problems, and I was my goal, or it was internal for me to deliver the baby naturally, normally, and I achieved that. So it was really a good experience. So if you have any anxiety or any worries, please do away with it. There is nothing to worry. You are in safe hands in Sweden. Okay. Another fact, in Sweden is that you can find the gender of your baby. Yes, how cool is that? I mean, I don't know what is the system in your country, but in my country, India, you cannot find gender of the baby beforehand. So it was really a good surprise, and I was so excited to find the gender of the baby and to be prepared well in advance and anticipate the arrival of the baby. So the scan happens around 21 weeks once you complete your 21 weeks. So after that they arrange a proper appointment for you, and you can go along with your husband and just find out the baby gender, and it is really the most exciting time, and you feel really special and cool to see the baby and find out, actually place a gender and maybe decide a name and decide whether it is going to be pink and blue theme in your house. So yeah, that is quite exciting. Another fun fact of delivering in Sweden is that there is a special Swedish breakfast which you are served as soon as you deliver. Yeah, and everybody knows that how much hungry you feel once you deliver, because there is you're not supposed to eat during the delivery, so whatever time it takes, 2 days, 3 days, like 2 days I had not eaten anything, and they come with a special breakfast. I'm inserting the picture here on the corner. So that is a quite traditional Swedish breakfast, and it is really cute, decorated very nicely, and you feel really extra special. So look forward to that breakfast. Another fun fact or the fact about delivering in Sweden is that you do not get to see any scan of your baby or what we call is sonography before 12 weeks of your pregnancy. So basically when I was pregnant, I was like, oh my god, I am pregnant for the first time and I need to see my baby if everything is fine, if the heartbeat is fine, if the baby is in a proper condition and safe. That's what was my anxiety and my concern. But when I went to my midwife, she told me that no, you cannot see the scan of the baby for 12 weeks. So that's a bumper. You have to wait 12 weeks to see your baby and hear the heartbeat. So that is a little difficult, but anyways, as long as you know that the baby is safe and everything is fine within you, you can feel it, I think it is fine. Okay, these were the facts which I wanted to mention about delivering in Sweden. And I think for the people who are new here, who have come for the first time and they are away from their home country, let me assure you that there's nothing to worry about. The only thing is, I think the system in Sweden is that they go back to the ancient times, and they don't think that pregnancy is something different to be treated as. It is not a disease or it is not a special condition. It is just they treat it in the most natural way, and that's the reason they feel it is nothing to be made a hangama about or something. Because in India and other I think countries, especially Indians, I have experience from that country, it's like oh my god, don't walk like this and don't do like this and don't lift up things and don't do that, so many things. And there might be some history and science behind that, but Swedish people, the Swedish culture or the system believes that you are supposed to carry on with your normal activities, so there's nothing to be scared of. And what they believe is, and what they tell you is that do what you have been doing. So if you have not been doing any exercise, please continue not doing any exercise. If you have been very fit or very active, or you have a running routine in your normal when you are not pregnant, then please continue that. So they say that whatever you have been doing, continue that. Don't make sudden changes in your lifestyle and in your physical activity. So just trust the system. And I from my personal experience, I have been here and I have been I have been here for 3 years. I have got pregnant here, delivered my girl here, and now I am taking care of her here. So from my experience, this has been really positive, and there was nothing to be scared of. I mean, I felt always safe, and I always got the right answers to my questions. The only thing is, if you feel anything, don't keep quiet. There are various mediums here. There is a toll-free number which is 1177. You can call them anytime and you can talk to them, and yeah, there is little bit waiting. You might have to wait for 15-20 minutes, or worst case half an hour, but then at least you have someone to talk to. Okay, so it is you just trust the system and have a wonderful delivery. And if you have any further questions or any personal questions, you can email me to sparklewithjyoti@gmail.com. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, jyotisparkle, and send me direct messages. I will be happy to answer all your questions as long as your mind is safe and you feel at peace. Everything is well. So I hope you have liked this video, guys. If you have any questions, please send me emails or DM me. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Bye bye.